Whew. Hey everybody, it's Mark. It's been a while, it's been a few weeks. I'm still training for that Peachtree Road Race in 5 weeks from today, on July 4th. And just finished an interval run here, and one of the things I switched to in the last couple of weeks is I moved to a 9-day training cycle from a 7-day training cycle. Now, why would anybody do that? I mean, there's 7 days in a week. Shouldn't we stick to that 7-day schedule for our training? No, I don't think so. That's why I moved to a 9-day training cycle, and I think I'm going to stick with it. There's some definite advantages to a 9-day training cycle, as well as a few disadvantages, but overall, I think a 9-day training cycle makes a lot of sense, both from your fitness, as well as just your overall health and well-being. Let me get cooled off here, cleaned up, and let's talk about that 9-day training cycle. Okay, back all stretched, cooled down, showered, got myself fed, ready to finish up the rest of the day. But before I do that, I want to talk a little bit about that 9-day training cycle that I said I've started. It might be different. Maybe you've heard of 9-day training cycles, maybe you haven't. It's something that I've been aware of for quite a while, but I didn't see the need to do it until really about 3 or 4 weeks ago, when I started really getting serious for training for the Peachtree Road Race here in 5 weeks from today, as I film this, coming up on July 4th. And basically, the reason I moved to a 9-day training cycle from the traditional 7-day training cycle is that it essentially gives me more freedom in my training, along with a lot more flexibility and more recovery time. So I'll talk about that here in a little bit, but I wanted to talk about kind of the philosophy generally behind a 9-day training cycle. Now, for 43 years, I've been running since 1980, and pretty much since 1980 till a few weeks ago, I was running on a traditional 7-day training cycle, basically following the week from either Monday through Sunday or Sunday through Saturday. Most people go Monday through Sunday, and in that 7-day period, we try to get in all of our workouts, and then the next week starts and we start over again. So for me, that 7-day week, that 7-day training cycle, that weekly training cycle, typically involved 2 what I would call workouts, and then 1 long run. And most people that are training for endurance events or aerobic events, that type of thing, will do 3 workouts in a week. In other words, 3 concentrated training sessions that are quality training sessions. And in between there, you do some easy runs or easy recovery stuff to get your body ready for the next workout. So I was doing the traditional Tuesday workout, Thursday workout, and Saturday or Sunday long run. So it would give me a couple of days between my long run and my next workout, but between those 2 workout days, I would only have 1 day, from Tuesday to Thursday. And what I found coming back into more dedicated training for this Peachtree Road Race was that I just needed a little more recovery time, especially if I was going to get a good quality workout in on those workout days. So I switched to a 9-day training cycle, and it fits my life and where I'm at right now, but it might or it might not fit your particular situation. So let's talk about, I guess, the elephant in the room when it comes to going to a 9-day training cycle. And that elephant is that it is an irregular schedule. So if you're doing 9 days, that means every 3 days you're doing a workout. So for example, last Saturday, and just happened to be my long run day. So it was Saturday. 3 days from there is today, Tuesday. I do a workout. 3 days from now is Friday, so that will be my next workout. Now 3 days from there is Monday. So next Monday I would have to do my long run. Now I can fit that into my schedule, and I'm at a point in my life where I can do that, but a lot of people might not be able to, because traditionally a long run is going to be a longer workout, and it's a lot easier to do that on the weekend. So that's the number one, I guess, disadvantage that I have seen or have heard other people talk about in moving to a 9-day training cycle is that it's irregular. So in other words, your long run and your workouts they're on different days every week, just depending where you are in the cycle. Now, if you can't go to a 9-day training cycle, I would say don't be 100% controlled by that 7-day training cycle. And what I mean by that is if you have to do on that traditional 7-day training cycle, in other words, Monday through Sunday, and you do your long run on a Saturday or a Sunday, don't do a workout just because the calendar says you have to do a workout. If you're tired, if you're injured, if you've got a niggle or something going on, take the extra day off. It's not going to affect anything except probably in a negative way. And that's the big advantage of a 9-day training cycle. The second big advantage, and the reason I really am enjoying it, is that it gives a lot more flexibility in your training. With those extra days between workouts, in other words, 3 days between every workout, that gives me the ability to take 1 day off, in other words, where I'm not doing any running, but I'm doing something. Maybe I do a walk, or I do some lifting, or something that's more 100% recovery focused. And then I can still get an easy run in either the day before my workout or maybe the day after. So I have an extra day built in there for rest and recovery and getting ready for the next workout. And what I found, especially as I get older, is that extra day makes a huge difference. It improves the quality of my workouts tremendously. And that's the biggest advantage that I see to moving to a 9-day training cycle. You have those extra days for rest and recovery. There's less chance that you're going to get injured. There's less chance that you're going to go into your next workout tired and not fully recovered. That's the biggest advantage. The other, disadvantage of a 9-day training cycle is there's not as many opportunities to get a workout in a specific training block. Many people will train for like a 10K or a half marathon or a marathon, typically in a 12 or 14 or 16 week block. And if you're doing a 7-day training cycle, it's very easy to say, okay, every week for 12 weeks, I'm going to get 2 workouts and a long run in. So a 12-week cycle, 3 workouts, that's 36 workouts in a 12-week cycle. In a 9-day training cycle, you might, I did the math, in my head here when I was running, and I was a little delirious from the intervals, but I think it works out over a 12-week cycle. Typically, you're going to get 30 workouts in. So there is, if you're really committed to getting a specific number of workouts in for a particular training block or training for a particular event, a 7-day cycle gives you more opportunity. Now, if you're injured or tired, it might end up being a negative overall, but assuming you stay healthy and you're able to recover, a 7-day training cycle may give you more opportunity to get workouts in. At my stage in life, I'm not competing for the Olympic trials. I'm just trying to have a good race and enjoy myself and push myself. A 9-day training cycle makes a lot of sense. I get a few less workouts in a given span of weeks, but I'm finding myself more rested and ready to do the work in each of those workouts. So I think that's a net plus overall. The other big advantage, and I'll finish with this because I always like to finish on a positive, is that I think going to a 9-day training cycle will lead overall to better health in the long run. Now, I'm not talking about just aerobic health or endurance health or strength health. I'm talking overall health and well-being over the long term, because having those additional days in your training cycle gives you the time to focus on yourself, focus on your health, whether that's mental health, physical health, or some combination. That extra time, and you're not forced into compressing everything into that standard calendar week, gives your body, your mind, your approach to life just a little more room to breathe. And I think that is ultimately, at the end of the day, if we are wanting to live our best life possible, live as long as possible, but be as healthy and vital for as long into that life as possible. I think one of the best things we can do is to give ourselves room to breathe. In other words, don't rush and force everything. Don't try to force that square peg into a round hole. Take that extra time. And I think this 9-day training cycle approach, whether it's running, cycling, swimming, weightlifting, whatever it is you do, if you are working on developing and improving yourself by doing specific workouts over time, I think a 9-day training cycle is something that you should definitely consider. What do you think? Let us know in the comments. Are you a recent convert to an extended training cycle, like a 9 or even a 10 or 14-day training cycle? Let us know in the comments. Are you set that a 7-day is the only way? Let us know. I'd love to hear your thoughts and your experiences. So be sure to leave a comment below. I'll try to answer every comment that I can within a few days. And I love the conversation it's generated. So if you enjoy what you're seeing here, I'd love you to help out the channel. Go ahead and click that subscribe button. That's a great way to get notified of new content that we put out. And also, that giant thumbs up. Give that thumbs up. That's a fantastic way to share what we're doing here on the channel with the wider YouTube world and get more people aware of what's going on here. So bottom line is, I think a 9-day training cycle is a great alternative if you're looking for a little bit more flexibility and you can work it into your schedule. I think it's something you should check out. That's it for now. Still training for that Peachtree. I'll do another update before race day. And if you want to learn a little bit more about kind of the training I'm doing, go ahead and check out this video up over here. That's it for now. Take care, and until the next one, be well.